Very good morning, everyone, for the briefing on Wednesday, the 31st of January. Okay, I've put the overnight chart on here. It's showing this weakening cold front down to the south. And as we go through to midday, warm front, I think I said, as we go through to midday, it sort of curls around and it's showing a slightly stronger feature. It's half weakening, half normal feature. Just down to the southwest of us. Otherwise, we're under this high pressure that's centered over the continent, so relatively settled weather until this does arrive. And see the isobars reasonably spaced, but becoming tighter together, bringing a southwesterly flow. Moving further ahead, cold front goes through tonight. Should be left with quite a nice air mass tomorrow under this high pressure still. And continuing on later this week, similar picture really. Looks like a good westerly with high pressure still centered in the same place. Okay, the winds are showing about 240 degrees today at about 30 knots at flying height above Lasham. And the sat pic, it's showing quite a lot of cloud over the country. Hard to make out that frontal activity. There is a lot of cloud up to the northwest, but that's not going to cause us any issues. Rainfall, not showing anything at the moment. As we go throughout the day, it is picking up some very light rain moving in from the southwest as we go into later this afternoon. So that'll be associated with that front. So we may notice towards the end of the day, cloud base starting to come down and the potential for some drizzle, but I think we'll get most of the day out of it. Public forecast then showing a cloudy day and noticing it is getting a little bit thicker towards sunset, and it's showing a little bit of mist here from 5 p.m. Also notice humidity getting in excess of 80% from about 2 p.m. and generally increasing from then onwards. So looking at this, it should be flyable until about 4 o'clock, maybe ever so slightly earlier. Steady breeze from the southwest, generally increasing throughout the day, becoming quite strong by the time that front almost arrives and towards the end of flying. GFS is showing at midday temperature of 7 to 8 degrees with the dew points set about 4 or 5, so a sufficient split there. And that's current view outside. See light southwesterly and looks quite nice. Looks like that cloud's at least a couple of thousand feet at the moment. Currently 5.5 degrees, dew points at 1.5. Okay, Odium's forecast is currently overcast at 2,300. It's just above 2,000 at Lasham. They've put quite a long TAF on here, broken cloud at 2,500. They've put a temporary for slightly lower cloud this morning. They've put here becoming from 2 p.m. onwards, broken clouds at 800 feet. Now I'm hoping they've been a bit overly pessimistic there. They've put the chance of some strong gusts up to 26 knots. And then from 4 p.m. onwards, quite a severe deterioration in the weather, but that's not too much of a problem for us. Farnborough haven't really got a lot to say. They're saying scattered at 2,500. And that's until 3 p.m. So hopefully that will play out. Okay, top meteo, 10 a.m. showing pretty clear. And as we go through the day, generally it deteriorates. So midday, it's showing the chance of the cloud coming below 2,000 feet. And going into the afternoon from about 2 p.m. onwards, it looks like it could possibly deteriorate. But it's not really showing any deterioration until 3 p.m. where it's showing the chance of now some fog and some much lower cloud. And it is showing by 4 p.m. it's probably going to be unflyable. No TAMs, nothing to worry about today. Okay, operationally, we're going to go on 2-3. Launch point in the normal position. And cables will be running down the edge of the runway as normal. Probably get some quite good launches today. All circuits in line with 2-3 as normal, and air return will be from the grass just to the west of the launch point as normal. Okay, glider availability, we've got the K21-774, that's back this afternoon. That's the only one we've got today. So 774 PM only, otherwise the two K13s, C and H, all day. One baby grub SH6 and all three discuses are serviceable. We've got 757 arriving about 12:30. That's coming in from Iceland, so we should have quite a lot of notice as to whether or not it's going to be on time. So we'll try and time that with lunch. Keep towing on the Windhoek. Pretty good effort so far. Just remember, I probably mentioned this in the briefing last week. Wing walkers, keep the glider pointing towards the buggy. You do need to steer the glider when it's on the Windhoek. And drivers, if the glider's not pointing towards the buggy, stop. Give them a shout. Tell them to straighten it up. And that stops the glider getting off to the side and stops it getting out of control. And if we could please not sit on the wing roots, as that has caused some damage to the gliders that are in for their annuals at the moment. Okay, looks like it should be quite a nice day. See you out there. Bye for now.